So let's try more. So what more will do is it will let me view the file in a more interactive way. So 2400 txt. Want to fire up more, so you can see that the file is buffered into your terminal viewer, and at the bottom you see the more 0%, meaning you are in the first page of the file. And if you want to navigate, like what it says here, use the space key to navigate, and you can only navigate down, you cannot navigate up. Scrolling is not allowed. So let's do navigation. So in more, I do space and then shift space, and as you use space you can navigate down and read through the contents of this file. So this is a huge file, that's why you see there are probably 100 pages in here. Another way to navigate or view the contents of a file is using the less command. So less command also allows you to do that, but it allows you to also scroll up and down. So if I do a less file name, so you see this is less, I can always go down using the page up, page down, or arrow keys. Using the arrow key you can go up and also you can go down. So more was developed as to enhance the capabilities. So less was developed to enhance the capabilities of more. So in more we were not able to view it up and down. In less you can scroll up and down. So they are basically similar kind of utilities. I tend to use more often than less. So it's a pun. Um, to exit both from more and less view, you just type in Q. If you type in Q, it will exit. So less, and then you navigate, you go through all the files, and then Q to exit. Now let's look at the sort command. So what the sort command does is it can sort lines in a text file. So if you have multiple lines, you can use a sort command to do that. So let's look at this. So I have a file here. Let me go back to my original directory. So I will use a path directly to go. So there is a choco command and I'm back. So cat file4.txt. So you can see there is this file, and then let's do cat command.txt. So you see there is all this command, this file that we created that time. Say I want to sort it. So it starts with echo, then cat. See if I make it a full screen, let me view it properly. So you have echo cat and all of that. So what I want to do is I want to sort this line. So I will give a sort command and then write command.txt. When you do that, what it will do is it will sort it in alphabetical order or lexicographically. So it will do C, D, E, and then it will compare the next character and sort it accordingly. So the sort command can be very handy when you are dealing with data or something with to do with timeline, or you want to rearrange alphabets in a mailing list. So this can be very handy. Okay, now let's look at the next command, which is a diff command. Diff meaning difference. So we can use this to compare two files, which means you have to use a file name 1 and a file name 2, and it will tell us the difference between the files, difference in the content. Okay, so let's create a variation of a file. So I will clear up the screen. So I have a file called file4. So let's look at the content of that file. So this is file 2. It says I'm file 2. So what I will do is I'll make a copy of this file 4, and I'll make it file5.txt. And then I'll edit them manually, but just change a little bit. So file 4, let me open, oh sorry, file4.txt, and I will say I am file 4. Then I'll add hello on top of it. So now that this file 4 is called I am file 4, I am here to help you copy. And then let's look at file 5, and I will type in hello here, and then here I'll make this file 5. So now what the difference between these two files is this line, and the remaining part is identical. So I want to find that difference. So I can fire in a diff command. I'll do a file 4, and then I have to give another file, file 5, and let it display the difference. So what it tells that this line, so it displays both the lines which are different in these two files. And this can be very useful when you are making a code, when you're writing a code, and say you edited something, and then you want to compare what did I edit, which line did I edit. So that can be very useful here. It comes with an option which is called U, or a unified format, and this is useful when you are dealing with a longer file. So if I give a, so use an up arrow to call in the last command and use the U option. If you do a U option, then it will give some markings. So the file 4 is designated by this minus sign, file 5 is designated by this plus sign, and what it is telling you, the difference is in this line. In file 4, which is the minus, you have this, the line says I am file 4, and plus, in which is the file 5.txt, that has this different version of the line, and the remaining lines are same. You see hello is the same, there is no symbol in front, and I am copy is the same. So this can be very useful, and later if you learn github uses a something similar format for versioning. So for now, let's focus on what we have here. Okay, so now let's look at the next command, which is wc, or it is called the word count command. It counts the number of lines, and then the number of words and number of bytes or characters in a file. So if you use wc command, and say if I do file5.txt, it will display three things. So first is the number of lines, and next is number of words, and the fourth is the number of characters in this file. To verify, you can always cat the file name, file5.txt, and just check the number of lines. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So basically you have 6 lines. So that's what it wrote. And then if you count the number of letters, so it has 11 words, and then it has 54 characters. So wc can be useful in many ways. Say if you want to know how big the file is, so you can just fire in wc, and then it will tell you what the number of lines are. There are some options with wc which you can use. So L means it will display only the number of lines, W means it will display only the number of words, and C means it will display only the characters. So you can use in any combination. So wc, say if you say -L, so it will display only one count, which is the number of lines. If you do uh, W, it will just give you the number of words, and if you do just C, it will give you the number of characters. And again, if you don't do any option, it will give you all three. Okay, now let's look at some other not so useful commands, but it's good to know. So I will start in alphabetical order. So W, who, which, where is, and what is. So we'll learn all these 5 commands. So what W is used for, it shows who is logged in and what they're doing. So if you fire in a W command and just enter, what it tells you, it gives you a list of the users who are logged in right now, and what kind of terminal they're using, or where they're logged in from. In this case, someone is logged in from this IP address, and then it will give you the login, how they're logged in. So let me clean up my screen and then type in again, and then how long they have been like this, and then what kind of CPU and other information. So this is very similar to the who command, but who command is less verbose, so it gives less information. So who just gives you the time and how long they are logged in for, or since when they're logged in for, and the usernames. So W and who are very similar. Okay. Which is a more useful command. This helps you locate a binary file. So if I give a which and give a command, sorry, ls, so it will tell me where is the location of this binary. So right now this binary is in bin ls. You can try which for anything, cat, so it is also in cat. We can use with java if you want to know where the java is located in your system.